Welcome to my craft room. I thought of a really cute card, but I couldn't really find it that I liked, like somebody else's program, so I decided to make it myself. I really like the jukebox. My husband really likes music, and we've been married for 33 years. So I thought I wanted to get creative on making a card for him. So I really like this jukebox that Cricut has, but then, how do I love pop-up cards, so how do I make a pop-up card for the middle? So I did records, and it says, "You Rock My World." Now, these are all Cricut Design Space Access images. I just kind of took them from here and there and made this card, so it's super cute. And the nice thing, doesn't have to be for Valentine's Day. It can be for birthday. It can be for anniversary. It can be for Father's Day, Mother's Day. Doesn't matter. You can do it for anything. So let's go make it. Okay, here we are. We're going to go to New Project. There we are on our canvas. And we're going to start loading up our images. Now, as you can see, I have put the code letters that you're going to need to load up these, all these images. And I did that, so if you would like, you can go ahead and pause this real quick and go ahead and load these up on your own, so you don't have to follow me. Now, all of these have to have the hashtag and the M in front of it. Let's see, F128. There we go. There we go. And as you can see, once we click on those, it loads it up down here under Insert. And then it's easier for me just to go back to the original M. The records are going to be 3D 640. There we go. And we've got just all we have left is the music notes, and it's 87F. I don't have the writing on here yet, so I'm having to look these numbers up. B8E9, B8E9. There we go. Pick that one. And one more. And this one is 87F B8EF. So all I need to do is change this. Okay. And then now, you see how they're all loaded up down under here? So now we're just going to hit Insert, and we're going to put everything onto our canvas. You can, of course, do these one by one, but a lot of times it's easier to do it all together. Okay, here we are on our canvas. We've got our things. First, we're going to do this. We're just going to use the base of this card. So what we need to do is we need to get rid of the joy part. So you're going to highlight it, then you're going to go to layers down here at the bottom. And that'll pop everything out. And you can see it's highlighted in gray. And we want to get rid of the joy part. So we're going to make sure that that's highlighted. And then you go down here at the bottom in the middle here, and you just push the I. So they're really still there. We're just going to disappear them for right now. Okay, I'm going to move this down here out of our way so I can see what I'm doing. Now, first I'm going to move this up because this is the orientation that it's going to be. And then I need to add some score lines. That when I did the test, they don't have score lines on everywhere that you need to fold, and it made it really hard to fold it. So I'm going to fix that real quick. But first, we need to ungroup this. Okay, so we're going to go down here to Actions. Well, I think we're going to go down here to Actions. Well, no, that worked. There we go. And you highlight it, go down to Actions, and hit Ungroup. Okay, there. Now, this score line, of course, is in the card. And we don't need that right this minute. We just need to switch this. We need score lines on either side of those lines, so when you fold it, it'll fold easier. So what we need to do, we're going to go down here to Shapes, which is next to Text, and we're going to hit Line. Now, when this line comes up, you'll see that it's dotted. Every dotted line means scored. Every solid line means cut. So this is actually exactly what we need, okay? And we need to put this right there at the end of your cut lines, okay? There we go, just like that. And then we're going to highlight it, and we are going to duplicate that, okay? You go back to Actions, and then you're going to hit Duplicate. There we go. And we're going to put this one right on the other side of that cut line. Okay. Now, Cricut needs to know that those lines are going to be connected to this particular piece of paper. So we're going to highlight them all by dragging our finger across. I usually pick one corner or the other, and I drag it off, and it's going to pick everything. And then if you look down here, we still have it on Actions. You'll see the Attach button. We're going to hit Attach. Okay, so now look, all of your stuff is attached. Okay, we can put this back. We're going to change the colors here after a little bit. Okay, so let's get all the rest of your sizes done. We're not going to change the colors on anything else. Okay, let's see. Let's do your record first. Your record's going to be 3 inches. And I suggest, this is what I usually do. We're going to go to Edit, and we're going to make this 3 inches. Just hit 3. There you go. Now, before I duplicate things, I get the size, and if I want to change the color, I do all that before duplicate, because then you're just going to have to do it twice. So we're done with that. So we're going to go back to Actions, and we're going to hit Duplicate. Well, there we go. Now, we need the red backing. There's a red circle that backs these, because the middle is not connected, you see. So we need to go back to Shapes. We're going to hit Circle. Okay. And then we're going to go back to Edit. And then we're going to make sure that is the same size. 3. Okay. And we're going to change this color. So don't duplicate it yet. Let's change it to red. Okay. There we go. You just go down the basic cut where it says basic cut. You're going to come up, these top layers are everything that, these top colors are everything that we're using in this project. So, and it doesn't have to be the exact same red that you're going to cut out. It's just basically so you know, okay, all of this stuff needs to be red. Okay, so then now, of course, we need 2 of those. So we'll go back to duplicate. Okay, records are done. There you go, see? Just like that. Jukebox is next. The jukebox, this we're going to do on the width, just because it's the first one we come to. And it's going to be 4.5. 4.5. Okay, there we go. That's the right size for the front of the card. Now, I'm going to put this back here because I think, if I remember right, we need to change the size of this card. Now, I like to do my greeting cards in 5x7 after they're folded, because I buy boxes of envelopes from Michael's, and they're 5x7 envelopes, so it's easier. Or if you're going to make it, you can still make a 5x7 envelope on a 12x12 sheet of paper. I got a ream of 12x18 copy paper, and I'll show you that when we're at the desktop. Okay, so I want this. I want it 5 inches, but of course when it's open, that means it's going to be 10 inches. So we're going to do the width at 10 inches. Okay, there we go. And as you can see on the height, it automatically changed it to 7. Okay, so we've got, and then the only thing we need to do, we're going to change the size of both of these notes. I'm going to move them so they're up and down. And then we'll do a couple duplicates of those too. Okay, so let's see, this bigger one, this one's going to be 1 inch. So go down here, it's already 0.99, so we're good to go. This one is going to be 1.25. 1.25. There we go. And we're going to duplicate. Go back to Actions. We're going to do 2 of these and 4 of these. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now, then, okay, we've got everything cut out. Okay, and let's go ahead. We're going to fix the colors on our card up here. So we're going to go to layers, then we're going to find it. Okay. Now, when you're changing the color on something that has a lot of things connected, like this one's got the score lines connected, as you can see, you just need to highlight the actual card itself. And it was... Okay, I'm going to jump in here because and I'm splicing this in because I got the wrong colors for the card. I'd already given my husband the card and I couldn't remember the colors that I had used. So let's change these colors real quick. Later on, while we're on the canvas, you'll see that that the colors are wrong. Just ignore that part. Okay, first we're going to change this. The easiest way, once you have when you have score lines and stuff, you'll see this is gray over here and the score line. Just highlight the basic cut part. Go to edit and then down here. And I'm just going to change it to the same color red that everything else is on, okay? And then this one is yellow. And I am going to make that so it's the one of the jukebox colors. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to, whatever yellows you want to add or whatever, there you go. So, I already gave it to my husband for his birthday, and I don't have it with me right here. I already had this all filmed, but there was mistakes in it, so I'm redoing it. So now, the only thing we need to do is put our words, because what we're going to do is we're going to slice our words out of these records, and then when we put these behind it, then they're going to show up. And that way you don't have to glue little tiny letters, okay? So first we need a text box, and we are going to use Renaissance Stencil. So usually I just go in here and go Stencil. Okay, I'm going to push all. And then you're going to go down here to Renaissance Stencil. You see this FS Renaissance Stencil? Okay, we're going to choose that. Now, the reason I do that is because you don't have to put in the little insides of your round, like the inside of your E or the inside of your O. You don't have to take it and glue it in separate. Once you pull this out, it's done. You know, you don't have to do anything else. So I like stencil fonts for that reason, especially when we're working with smaller things like this. Okay, so now we need the word. You. Okay. And you can go ahead and do all four of your text boxes. That's up to you. We'll do another one. And I will go down here again to... Where'd it go? There it is. Let's move this out of the way. Then we're going to do rock. There we go. Now, that'll do for your first record. Now, here's the problem. First, we are going to change the colors to these because when I try to do black on black, we're not going to be able to see it. So this is kind of the same thing we just did, only the color is right in the middle down here, you see? So, and I'm just going to change them to white because we are only going to use them. And these are all a half of an inch in height. So you're going to go down here, over here to the right, and we're going to put 0.5 in. There you go. And this one, we'll change this one too. Height is 0.5, and that will get you just the right size. But when you are going to slice something, I need to make this bigger so I can see exactly what I'm doing. When you're going to slice something, you have to, there we go. See that yellow line right there? That tells you that you're right in the middle of the record, and that's what you want, okay? So when you slice something, you can only slice two images. The record is one image, the text is the other image. So I can't do you and rock at the same time. So I'm going to do rock first since I've got it right here. I'm going to drag my finger over everything so you see both of them are chosen. We're going to go to action, and then we're going to hit slice. Okay, now what that did was that just pulled it out. Just like that, see? Okay, now we need to do it on the U. Uh-oh. See, look, that U is now behind the record and we need it in front. When you do that, you're going to go to Edit. You're going to go way over here to Arrange. And we're going to send it to the front. There it is. Now we can see it better. Okay, so now we're going to get that middle line again right there. And we're going to highlight it. We're going to go to Actions, hit Slice. Here we go. Exit, exit. There you go. Look at that. Okay, I'm going to pull this up in the front because I know it's not. No, I guess it is. There you go. Now see, once you put your backing on, boom, now you can read it. And you don't have to do anything. The machine cuts it out. You're done with that particular record. Let's get the other one. Now on this, you can put hour, if you're going to do it like Father's Day. You can do Our World. I did it for my husband's birthday, just for me. So I did mine, but that's up to you. So you can do whatever you want. So we're going to go back, hit Renaissance again. I'm going to put in, now, when you do that and you've lost your keyboard here, you just double click on that green square again. Okay. I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put my, and then we'll do another text, Renaissance, world. There we go. And again, we're going to have to change these to 0.5 as the height. There you go. This guy, 0.5 as the height. There you go. Now, let's get these over here where we can work with them. And then I'm going to blow it up so you can see better. Okay, now we need to do the my part. Let's get it up here where I can see this. Oh, but you know what we forgot? We forgot to change the color so we can see it. And I'm going to change this one while I'm at it, just because it's easier. There we go. Now we're going to bring it right here. You can see it's in the middle because of the yellow line. You want to see that again? Right there. See that? When the yellow line shows up right there in the middle, you know you're in the middle. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. We're going to go back to Actions and hit Slice again. Okay. Then we're going to get rid of these two. Boom. Done. Now, let's go over here. Up. Look at that. Sometimes we want to send that world to the front. So we're going to go back to Actions. We're going to put it right here. Now see, look, this one is going to be a little bit finagled because see how close that D comes to the edge? I don't like that. So I'm going to move it over a little off center. Not enough to make any difference. Just enough to make a little bit more of an outline around the D because I don't want it to go all the way through the edge, right? So we're going to highlight it again. And we're going to hit Slice. There we go. Get rid of those two. And there you go. Look at that. Simple, simple, simple. Look. There. Just like that. And you're done. That easy. And the nice thing about this is you can use it for birthday, for anniversary, for Valentine's Day, Father's Day. You can make it, you rock Our World, retirement. It doesn't matter. There's tons of things for you to do. So, okay, I almost forgot about this part. I'm going to move some of these things up and out of our way, okay? Because normally we'd be done and we just go ahead and go put it together, and cut it out and put it together. But there's a problem with this Jukebox image, and I guess it's just a glitch in Cricut, but I like this image too much to let go of it. So if you go into layers, you see down here at the bottom, the layers is in green, and you scroll down, all of a sudden, look at all these weird lines in there. You see that? Okay, those are all cut lines. And normally they would already be attached. Remember how we attached the score lines up there in the card? Well, these should be attached to each piece, which kind of shows you where to put the other pieces. But for some reason on this image, there's a glitch and they're not attached. So we're going to have to do that really quick. And I'm going to show you, it's going to be really easy, okay? So you highlight your jukebox. You push ungroup. Now, see all the little squares? Okay, first we're going to take all these front ones off. And you don't worry about where they're going. You don't have to put them back in order to cut them. Okay, we're just going to keep dragging until we get to the one layer we need. Okay, we're going to take the black layer, this light color layer. There we go, just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take these music notes out of the way too. Here is our problem layer. It's the second to the bottom. Okay, for some reason, I don't know why these did not attach. And I don't want you to do this, so don't do this, but I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. See right there? Now, it's not going to cut your guidelines if they're not attached to it. So I'm going to hit undo to make sure I match it all back up again. So what we're going to do is we're just going to attach these just like we did on the score lines. You're going to drag it, okay, and then you're going to hit attach. Then we're going to check and see. We're going to turn off layers, turn back on layers, go back here and see. Okay, we haven't attached all of them, so we're going to do it again. You might have to do this 3 or 4 times. Oh, okay, that's weird. Okay, that should be all that you need to do. Hold on. I'm going to hit make it here real quick and just double check all of this. You might have an extra page. Okay, nope, we did it. Now, if you didn't get that everything attached, when you start going through here, you're going to have one of these mats that's just going to have a bunch of lines on them that don't have anything to do with anything. So if you do have that, either ignore it or go back and attach again. But there you go. You're done. You're ready to go. Okay? Now, like I said, you don't have to put all this back. It's still going to do it when you hit make it up here in the right-hand corner. You can see. And, of course, you probably know this, but you can move these around so you're not wasting as much paper and stuff. If they turn yellow, that means you're touching something else like that. There you go. So, we're going to go through here. Look, everything's ready. There you go. There's all your mats. You're all done. Go cut it out, and I will meet you over at the craft table, and we'll get it made. Okay, guys, here we are at the craft table. As you can see, it's well loved. We're going to start with these 3 bigger pieces. Let's go ahead and put the jukebox together. I am not going to put it on the front of the card. Why? Because if you make a mistake, then you have to do the whole outside of the card also. So instead, let's just go ahead and make it, and then when it's done, we'll glue it on the outside of the card. Okay, so now here's my tip. These are the all the stuff that goes on the inside of the card. Here's different parts of the jukebox. I use paper plates hundreds and hundreds of times to kind of organize everything. So I make sure that, you know, everything's kind of kept separate and they don't get all jumbled up together. Okay, here we go. We are going to, remember when we were doing it and I made you put all these lines on here? It's not going to do a whole lot of good because they're going to get covered up, but that'll give us some bases. This one is going to match up into here. See? Just up at here at the top. So let's do this one first. Okay, let's get the jukebox going. Okay, these lines that are cut in here, you're just going to kind of line them up with that. Okay, make sure that it's all even up top. I'm sitting way far away, so sometimes I have a little hard time seeing. Okay, there's that. Now, this also comes with a solid back piece without all these lines on it. So if you were just going to do it by itself, I would use that solid back piece, but we're going to glue it onto the card, so we don't necessarily need that. And I forgot to show you, I use art glitter glue. I like it for paper on paper. You don't need very much of it, and so I get the larger refill and then the smaller thing with the little tip. And as you can see, these are well loved too. Okay, this one is going to meet down here at the bottom. See, you're still going to keep it in the middle, okay? But we're going to meet it all the way down here at the bottom, so that you have these two different yellows. Okay, so let's do that. Cards don't need a ton of glue. They're not going to get a lot of wear and tear. You know, if you were making something that you actually touch and stuff all the time, or used it a lot, then you would want to do something a little more sturdy. But since this is just this, okay, now I want to put, because we don't have the guidelines like on the other pieces, I want to start with this, okay, because we're going to put it here, and then we'll be able to space all the rest of the stuff on the jukebox that way, okay? So first is the red, and then we're going to put the white on top. You see where the little guidelines are? So let's do that first. Okay, there we go. Right there in the middle. I like this jukebox thing. I make centerpieces for our special needs guys dances. And let's see, I want to make sure I get this just in the right spot. Before, I always dry fit everything before I glue it. Okay, that looks about right. So I just need some through the middle here, and then we'll glue the rest of it once we glue it onto the jukebox, okay? I just want to get this where it meets, okay? There we go. There we go. See? And then that is going to meet up with these little things on the sides, okay? So, anyway, I make centerpieces for our dances I have a special needs adult son. And I'm going to stick some up here on the ends, on these little ends right here before we glue it down, okay? There we go. And we do dances we used to do dances once a month. Once COVID is over and the community center opens back up, we'll get to do that. And we did a sock hop, and I made these for centerpieces for their tables for the dance. And they had a great time getting all dressed up in the 50s. Okay, there we go. Now, let's do this top window. Okay. And that is going to be this. Okay. And then you're going to need this little piece of white. Okay, nope, that's wrong. Backwards. I am checking out my picture on my iPad just to make sure. Like I said, I made a bunch of these, but that was like a year ago or so. So, okay, there's that. And then this is going to go right along the bottom. Now, on these, I did cut them out of silver. I've done it before. I think for the dance, I did them in gray. So it all just kind of depends on what you want. If you've got some silver, do it in silver or gold even. If not, then just do it in the gray. Okay, what we're going to do is we're kind of make it so it is even on either side, just like that. See? Okay, and this is kind of the reflection off it's supposed to be a reflection off the glass. So, and it just kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. And it goes about right here. Let's see where it matches up at the top of the half circle. Yeah, let's move it over just a little bit. We want the top and bottom to meet. There you go, just like that. And then this little silver guy is going to go right below it. Okay. So, there we go. Kind of want it straight too. Okay, there we go. There, the top's done. Now we need to do this bottom part. Okay, so first we have This is light yellow. Then we have the dark yellow. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to dry fit it before I do everything, okay? And then we have another light yellow here. Okay? And then we'll end up doing the red and silver highlights, and then we're done. Okay, so first I always put these multiple pieces together, same as what we're doing for the front of the card, because if I mess up, then I only have to make these 4 pieces instead of making this whole thing over again. So that's another little tip I got for you. So this is just going to barely have, it's going to meet up here at the top. So, but you're going to have a little bit of that light yellow showing. Now, of course, if you want to change the colors on this, you're more than welcome to. If your person that you're making it for has a favorite color, you know, like my older son, his favorite color is green. So instead, I might make some of this green, you know, just to kind of, there we go. Then it's the silver, because you're really just going to have a stripe here, and you're gonna make sure everything meets up here at the very top. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's hard for me to make sure I get it straight because I am sitting so far behind it, but close enough. The thing about handmade cards is that they're never going to be perfect. Okay? So you want to make them nice and all that good stuff and everything, but they're never going to be perfect, and that is the good thing about being handmade. Okay, and this looks like it's just a little bit, I'll tell you what, before we do that, I want to, uh-oh, where's my little red piece? There should be a red piece here. That goes right here. Did I change it up? Hold on. Let me check my mat and make sure I didn't leave it on there. Wonder what happened to it. Did I not peel it off? That's strange. Well, I'll do it in yellow, but this piece should be red. And I don't know why it didn't cut in red, but yours is probably red. So let's put this on first, just because I want to make sure that I'm spacing this little oval thing in the bottom. It's not super super big deal, but it'll help me kind of, because it's going to go kind of right up under. I'm not so familiar with jukeboxes that I'm comfortable not doing what the picture shows, because then, you know, we want to make sure that it's something that we recognize, right? Okay, here's the 2 feet. Okay, there we go, right there. If you want, you can go ahead and put your little yellow rectangle on top of the one that's supposed to be red. There you go, just like that. It's going to go up a little bit towards the top. Let's get it straight. There we go. Okay. Okay, it's not going to look just as good. I'll probably fix it after this. So, and just pull it off and put another one on there. And then this goes up here. And this goes on top. First, let's go ahead and put these feet on. Here's these feet. Okay. And you're just going to match them up right there. And match it up right here. There you go. Then this. I just thought it would be fun to put some shiny pieces on them, since jukeboxes are so shiny and lights everywhere and everything. I just thought that might be fun. And the nice thing about making cards is that you can use all your scraps. And this was just a scrap of silver that I happen to have left. So it worked out really well. Okay, there we go. Now, if you make a mistake like I did with the yellow, there you go, just like that. With this yellow, when it should have been red, then, you know, it's just as easy if you can just pull it off and put a red one on there, or just put the red right on top and it gives you even more of a 3D. Okay, this is going to go right here at the bottom of your oval, right here. And we are just about done. Look at that. You know, it overlaps into the black. Okay, just like that. And we're done. Look how quick and easy that was. Look at that. It'd probably look better with the red on it, but we'll live with it for right now. Okay, and then we are going to put it on the front of our card. Right here. Okay, look how cool that looks. What fun. This is a fun card. Now I pulled it down a little towards the bottom so we can put the few music notes. So this time we're going to glue, make sure that we get some pretty good glue on this because it's on the cover. Okay. All the way around the edges. Okay. And you kind of want to put it towards the bottom here. About that, about 1/4 inch from the bottom. Okay. There we go. How's that look? There we go. Then these smaller musical notes go with it. Of course, it came with these came with the jukebox. Okay, there we go. Design things are meant to, for some reason, design people say that everything looks better if you have an odd number of things. So 3, 5, 7, something like that. So this one's got 3 notes that go with it. Okay. And there you go. Look at that. You already got the cover. I'm all done. Look what a great job you did. Okay, we're going to set this aside and let it dry. Okay, and we're going to work on the inside. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, here we go, is do our records. You're almost done. Look how quick and easy this is. We're going to do our records, and this goes inside like this. Okay. So this is the reason I like using the stencil, because I don't have to come back and put the O in the middle of the middle of the O in and the middle of the D in and stuff, because I like it all just to be cut out and then I don't have to mess with it. But if you would rather do a different font, hey, go for it. It's your card. You make it how you want it. Okay, these will match up exactly. So let's get them. Well, can't get a hold of it there. Let's get these done. There we go. That looks good. You rock my world. Let's put the middles in. There we go. Okay. Now, I specifically did not put Happy Valentine's, Happy Birthday, Happy Anniversary, Happy Father's Day, any of that on these, because you can use them for any of those occasions. Uh-oh. Look, I didn't see it before. This little part of the K didn't come out. So I am going to make sure I get it popped out before I glue it down. There we go. Okay. So this is a multi-use card, and I do have other cards in my thing, especially for guys, because guys are hard. I have all men here, so I'm always looking for good guy cards, you know, and sometimes we have different interests, you know. I mean, guys, you know, different guys have different, some, you know, they're not all sports, they're not all beer, or not all, you know. I got a little bit of glue on there. As soon as it dries a little bit, I'll be able to take it off really easy. So, see, it'll just, see, just peels right off. Look at that. See how good that is? Okay, you got your records done. Okay, so now let's take our yellow insert. Now remember, on the program I made you some score lines here. That's because it's hard enough to bend without them. So you've got it straight right now. So what I want you to do is, don't worry about these right now. You're just going to bend it backwards like this. It doesn't matter because you're going to, it's just to start the bend. Okay. Then you're going to come back and you're going to bend it forwards. You're going to go to the back here and bend these just a little bit. Okay. There you go. And then you're going to come back here and then you're going to, since you've already started on these bends right here, see? There you go, just like that. So that's going to be your pop-up right there. And again, we're going to do everything on here before we glue it into the big card, because if we mess it up, we don't have to redo everything. But here, let me show you. Right here. This is going to go in where you have a outline, see, like a frame around it, and then the red comes through the little yellow slashes. Now, if you are making a pop-up card where you want it to end up flat and the thing sticks up out of the middle like this, like those new ones. And if you look on my channel, I've got quite a few of those. Then you're going to do it a little bit. You're going to cut these and do it a little bit different. But this card is made to, there's another one that says with a barbecue grill on it that I did. And it opens this way. And it's made to stop at about right here. And this one is too. You're never going to open it flat. It won't look right if you do. So there's that. So you can see what it's going to look like. Let's go ahead and get everything put on it before we glue it into the lighthouse card. Okay, here's what you're going to do. This is going to come here, and this one is going to come here. So when you open your card, that's kind of what it's going to look like. Okay, do you see that? This one is going to go on this side of the square, and this one is going to go on this side of the square. Now, you don't want to put it exactly down in that groove, because then you won't have room for it to fold. Okay, so first let's get these glued in, and then we'll get our musical notes put in, and then you're done. We just glue it in there and you're done. Look how quick and easy this was. Now, I kind of wanted to bring it down a little bit so it kind of covers this when it's open a little bit. So, probably about, what is that, 1/2 inch or so from the top and bottom. Okay, see? But you're going to pull it over from the fold. Just like that. Okay. And you're only going to glue here and here. Okay, so let's do this one first. That looks pretty good right there. Okay, so I tend to just kind of put it up a little bit. And that way I don't have to worry about getting glue in other spots. I'll put some on the back of the record because I know it's going to glue the whole thing. And if I need to come back and stick some underneath, I can do that too. Now, as you can see, I am leaving some room, probably about 1/8 of an inch or so from the record to the fold. Hold on, let me see if I can get this closer and you can see that. Okay, do you see that? Okay. And then this one is going to go on this side. Okay, so then, okay, so there we go. And this one is going to glue on this exact same thing that we already did, about, you know, between 1/4 and 1/2 inch above. There we go, right there. I'm going to turn this a little bit just so it's easier for me to glue. And you can see I still have a pretty good gap there because you want to make sure that you have plenty of room for the card to close. Okay, so there's that. Okay, this stuff glues really fast. So now, look at that. Boom, you rock my world. Look at that, you already made your own pop-up card. How good are you? Okay, I tend to like to sign my cards down here. And if you want to write, you know, happy anniversary or something, or even cut something out from Cricut and put it up here, you can. So I am going to put my music notes Here, I'm going to make this flat just so it's easier for me to do. Here on either corner. And like I said, designers say that you're supposed to do it in 3s. And you can put it wherever you want to put them. You know, if you'd rather put them on the other corners, if you'd rather line them up and that go up and down, you know, it doesn't matter. It's your card. That's the nice thing about having handmade cards, is that you can do them however you'd like. Okay, there we go. So, again, I always kind of dry fit mine, because that way I'm not making a mistake with my glue, and then I don't have to redo the whole thing. So let's see, let's put this one up a little bit. Let's see, a little closer and a little up, and we're going to put this one down. Okay, there we go. Here we go, here we go. There, just like that. Okay, and let's do this side. Quick and easy. And look, you are almost done with your whole card. Look how fast and easy that was. Not hard at all. Okay, I'll take both of these and put there. Go ahead and get the glue put on. Again, you don't need a ton of glue, because again, it's a card. So let's see, let's put this one down a little bit, and this one we'll put up a little bit. I kind of like it right there. Again, doesn't matter, it's your card. Okay, there we go. Look, you're already done with the inside of your card. See? And see how it looks when you open it? Okay. Okay, now the last thing we need to do is put it into this one. Now make sure that your jukebox, you don't want to glue it in upside down. You know, you don't want to put it in like this. Okay, and then you open it and it's upside down. So make sure that you're right side up, okay? And now let me give you some tips and tricks on gluing these cards in, okay? Get it all lined up. You want these two on either end to kind of be the same distance between the cards, and the fold, of course, is going to go in the fold. So then you're going to make sure that that's in there, and then you're going to fold it, okay? Then you're going to open it without moving the yellow, just like that. And now we're going to glue it, okay? And this way, now you do want to glue right here along these edges, because they're the ones that are going to take the most force, because they're holding those little records up. So you're going to go all the way around the edges. And for this particular card, you can go down the middle. Some of those new pop-up cards that I've got, that Cricut came out with, that I've got on my channel, you can't put glue in the middle, because then it'll show up on the thing. Okay, now we're going to smush it. Okay, there. Look, half of it's already glued on there. Okay, so you're going to kind of do the exact same thing. Okay, because the biggest thing is you want it to fold flat if you want to put it into an envelope or a and the envelope for these cards, very simple. I make this I make all my try to make all my cards 5x7, so they go into a standard greeting card envelope if you have any of those laying around the house. Or I usually get a big package of like 50 at Michael's or Hobby Lobby. And, or you can make any of the 5 million envelopes that, that Cricut has, just so long as it's going to fit in a 5x7 card. Okay. So again, we got this side in. Now we're going to do this side. Okay. So let's close it. So now we know where the insert needs to be for it to fold flat. Okay, so we're going to do the exact same thing. Leave the yellow down. There we go. And you see how these are right up against the fold there. Okay, so again, we're going to go all along the edges. There we go. I think this is the one I'm going to give my husband. We have been married for 32 years. We've got 2 grown boys. And the younger one is the special needs guy. Okay, are you ready? Now you got all your glue. Now all you got to do is close the card. Okay. Boom, just like that. Okay, smush it down, give it a second to dry. Now, again, I'm going to tell you again, set this out open somewhere overnight for a few hours so it'll be good and dry before you put it in the envelope so it won't, you know, the glue won't stick onto anything. So here you go. Look at that. You're already done. So easy. Look, look, look. Ah, how fun is that? You did it. I'm so proud of you.